Hi there, guys. My name is Andrew, and I make custom championship belts. And today we're going to take a look at one of my favorites, is the Comics Fan belt. It is lovingly called the White Stanley belt, and it is called the White Stanley belt because the belt is white and it has Stanley as its central figure. I'm going to go over its little details in a minute, but I hope you like this video. Hi there, guys. Well, here is the Stanley belt as it is displayed, standing up for you as I come across and show what it looks like while on display. This belt is one of my favorites. It is one of my first that I ever built. So let's talk about it. This is essentially the second Stanley belt, and as you come take a look at it, it has a big, major plate as it stands. It's got these two wings here, and then the major plate in the middle. Of course, Stanley is on a circular silver plate here. You'll notice that Stanley, as he is placed, it isn't really centered. You'll see a bit more silver here than a bit more silver there. I could have placed that a little bit more central. I got a nice big black line here and another big black line there. That actually used to have something in it, and then I just decided that I didn't need that anymore, and so I took a black felt marker and got rid of it. But we have some decals that are placed here. We have, bang, crash, whoops, wow, boom, and pow. The bottom here we have, of course, Stanley's Excelsior as it is, and then a few extra little, decorative decals to just kind of give it a little bit more definition. As you come along here, you'll see that it is topped by these gemstones. I added them a little later on just to help give it that little bit extra, that little bit extra spice. One of the things about this belt is that I had a feeling that this belt was going to be flat, and I was afraid that it was going to be flat. And of course, I knew that all the belts had a curve to them, so I literally built in a little break. This wraps around my stomach. It has a break here, and it has a break here, and it is put tight against the edge so that you don't fully see it. But it is designed with that. It's designed with these extra little decals on the side of these wings. Some more decals here, and some more decals here. Let's take a look over here, and you'll notice that you can see me in the gold. This is literally called mirror gold, and so that is that is what it is called, and that's what it does. And so you have basically my love for comic books, my love for everything pop culture. And so here we have Marvel in red and gold with some extra decorative decals, and of course Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, Captain America, and the X-Men. As we come over, we see that this is basically the everything plate. There's another one on the other side to cover like the other half, but it literally says myth and legend, sci-fi and fantasy, wrestling, and cosplay. And of course, there's some decals that focus on that as well. We have a dragon for fantasy, Star Trek for sci-fi, and this is also for sci-fi as well in terms of being science and techie. Cosplay, literally written out. Comic-Con is for, cosplay and mostly for everything. And of course the WWE logo, which ironically is what this whole belt is about anyway. As we come along here, you'll see that the snaps are done correctly. If you watched my other video, you'll notice that I admit to doing it wrong, and this was done right. The snaps are basically black. I would eventually changed over to a silver, which ended up giving me some trouble. But then I would change over to like a gold or brass, and that gave me way too much trouble. As we come back along, you'll notice that I have stitching. I added this a little later, but I felt that this would help it. There are two layers here. There's this layer, and then there's this layer here. And it's held together by glue, but now it is held together by a stitching. And we come across here and find ourselves at the other plate. The plate kind of has this circular but X pattern, and I wanted this in terms of having that little extra hump and being able to display, you know, the Superman logo, the Batman logo, the Wonder Woman logo, and the Flash logo. Here we have the DC logo, of course, is for all of these guys. It's considerably smaller than the Marvel logo. But you'll notice that the Marvel logo is flat, with it being very long, allowing me to put these logos here. This, if I had taken it like the entire size, it probably would have been this big, leaving very little room for these guys. And so I'll just mention the Green Lantern and the Green Arrow logo to finish it off. And so, but that is why DC is so small. And of course, I have the mirror gold vinyl, and instead of being white, it is the gold coming through, and that is because it is printed on clear laminate and then applied to the mirror gold as it went down. We come to the other side of the everything plate, and this one is indie comics, anime and manga, toys, and video games. So here we come to Hellboy, which is an indie game. We have the actual Mango logo, the Autobots, which is mostly toys. I know it's a TV show as well as a TV show and movie, but it started out as a toy and then it became popular through the TV show. Super Mario, and of course Super Mario's head, and anime for you know, the same as manga here. And here we have the snaps on this side. You'll notice the stitching, and you'll notice that I added some stitching here on the other side. This is, you know, for the end cap. It's kind of a decorative. It's not a decorative. It's kind of a subtle end cap. It's not decorative at all. But it's merely sewed in to give it that extra little oomph as I, you know, take off the belt. So let's take a look at the other side. As you come, you see the, you know, the subtle decorative end cap, and then you have the snaps. You have this pure white where you can see the stitching, and then as you come across, you see a place where I had painted over where I actually got an autograph, and then I didn't really like the autograph anymore, so I'm trying to get rid of it. Keeps on poking through. Pure white back. All the way through, even until you get to the stitching here, the snaps on this side. This is the Stanley belt. This is one of my first and one of my favorites. So thanks for looking at the video, and I'll catch you later, guys. So guys, as you can see, the belt snaps off in the back. It is well displayed with a nice curve. So if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe.